Okay. Monday Night Raw. What do we got tonight? A lot of things going on in the show tonight. Wow, a lot, especially going into Backlash for next week. But there's a lot to say about Monday Night Raw. Number one, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, of course. Second of all, hopefully everybody is being safe out there. It's been a crazy couple days and whatnot. Like I said, the world is basically going to shit right now, like I said on Friday. And it looks like over the weekend, it's almost gotten what, 2, 3 times, 10 times as worse right now. So yeah, with all what protesting or looting going on, especially my neck of the woods, Chicago, shit is basically getting lit over here, okay? Especially around my way. A lot of stuff being looted, a lot of protests, fire, blah, 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 all that stuff going on and whatnot. Trust me, listening with some better stuff out there, maybe I would have probably went out there for that stuff. But, trust me, around my way, it wasn't really worth shit to take anyways. Then by the time, 2 hours later, it probably would have been nothing. But then again, was I kind of tempted? Yeah, but I wasn't probably going to do it anyways, and whatnot. But like I said, it's just really bad out there, and everything in the streets right now. So just a lot of cities are just going insane. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better, if you ask me, okay? So like I said, if you're out there protesting everything, stay safe, and hey, do what you got to do out there. But like I said, stay safe because stuff is going crazy. But I think I said this in my SmackDown review. You can go check that out. I did kind of talk a little bit more about what's been going on, even though this is now kind of a little bit up to date at this point. But I did speak a lot of it on Friday and everything, but I think I may have said this also on Friday. I know it said, this whole peaceful protest thing. Listen, there's a lot of people taking the MLK route, but I think now folks are going the Malcolm X route at this point, okay? So that's how I kind of look at it. I could go in more detail over the looting everything, the protests over the few days, but like I said, shit's just really bad out here, and hopefully, like I said before, if you are out there, stay safe. So, yeah, I'm going to move on to my Monday Night Raw review pretty much now at this point. So yes, Black Lives Matter, and now let's get to the Raw review. We kick off the show tonight though with Seth Rollins and his crew. Seth's got his crew out there with him, pretty much to talk about Rey Mysterio, as he's going to do this retirement ceremony tonight. He did have Murphy and Austin Theory out there with him as they sat in chairs, pretty much watching Seth cut this promo then about Rey Mysterio. Pretty much Seth going about how, the greater good, the sacrifice and everything, and that, Rey's going to be doing this retirement thing tonight, and it's going to be a huge night for him, but he thinks Rey is not going to appear. So he think it would be tough for him and that he wouldn't have the guts to do it. So he is going to himself do the take the formality for him, basically. Ray, that main event, but win the world title at WrestleMania 23, all the way to the footage of him getting his eye taken out by Seth Rollins on Raw a few weeks ago. And pretty much after watching that video package and, Murphy and Theory clapping, pretty much Seth said he would want to, induct Rey Mysterio into the Hall of Fame himself. But as he continued to talk, Aleister Black came out and immediately attacked him before Seth could even say anything, which began the match. This was actually a very great match, I should say, even though it had 3 commercials. This match was very enjoyable to watch. I liked it. Of course, Humberto came out, to kind of keep Theory and Murphy at bay and everything. But I did like a lot of this match. I did like the frog splashes from Seth, and even that high knee Black did on Seth in midair, which was pretty cool. It helped with Humberto and them still kind of getting involved, and Aleister Black getting a roll up on Seth, but then immediately right after Seth's crew gets in there, pretty much start jumping Aleister Black and Humberto. The numbers game happened, but they end up holding up Aleister Black to watch as Seth curb stomps Humberto, as, Black saying, come on, fight me one-on-one. But Seth looked at him and he says, hold him. He says, this is what happens when you try to be a hero, and pretty much curb stomps Aleister Black's head into the ground. So, very great match from Seth and Aleister Black, let me say that. And good segment right after, too. Whoa, almost knocked my microphone in, moving my leg and everything. But yes, so like I said, great match. I like the aftermath of it too. Seth, of course, being the cult leader and whatnot, which is still going on. That was good too. And pretty much curb stomping Black and Humberto was pretty good too. Pretty much adding more heat onto him and whatnot. So Seth, being Jesus and everything, still working out well. But next though, we go into actually a interview in the back with Tri Caruso, which actually talked about Raw Talk being back, almost like being talking smack before at one point. I guess Raw Talk is back on WWE Network with some type of free version with it. But after they explained that, they went to Tri Caruso, who was standing in the back with Zelina Vega and Garza, pretty much talking about Garza's win last week over Kevin Owens. Vega pretty much started to talk about it and everything, but Garza pretty much stopped there and said, listen, I got this. Garza pretty much says, all's fair in love and war, talking about being seductive and everything. As Zelina Vega pretty much talked about the win last week, that, it was a big triumphant win for him, and that, he wanted it and he took it, as, pretty much right after Garza ended up giving Tri Caruso a rose then, as she pretty much was happy to get it and everything, because almost every week, every time they do these Garza and Caruso segments, basically she wants to fuck him, okay? Don't know when that'll happen yet, but that's every week that goes on from here at this point. But as she pretty much was mesmerized by the rose, Zelina Vega ended up taking the rose from Caruso and tore it in half into little pieces, as she looked kind of pissed and almost sad about it too. So, yes, they continue this, Garza and Caruso thing to wherever that's gonna go. Okay. Next, they went to Shawn Michaels then, since they gotta have more legends involved in this whole the greatest match ever, which I laugh at that every time. Shawn Michaels basically kind of went over some of the matches, his own matches basically, which you could have more better matches than these two that's got coming up, from his matches with Brett to The Undertaker to Razor Ramon, that ladder match at WrestleMania 10. I'm sure there's countless Shawn Michaels matches you can name that are way better than this whole Edge and Orton thing. But HBK put his money on Edge though to win, so he put his money on him. Lana pretty much arguing MVP again. I don't even know why Lana's still part of his story. Like I said before, keep MVP, get rid of Lana. Pretty much, it looks like it wasn't working for you, that he wasn't going anywhere. Pretty much Lana said that you're just a leech and, trying to say what's left of your career and everything, that's all washed up. Pretty much MVP said that's not even remotely true, but if it was, looks like that makes two of us, okay? Lana ended up slapping him and walking off after that. But yeah, get rid of Lana if you ask me. Next, they went to Caleb Braxton, who interviewed Apollo Crews, the new United States champion. He was in the ring and he was set out for his next challenger. The person he wanted to face, someone that's deserving, because there's a lot of names he can go from, but he wanted to face Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens came out and he appreciated it. He doesn't turn down title shots or anything, but he feels like this is out of pity after what Garza did. But Apollo Crews said, no, this is about respect, man, okay? Oh, it's about respect, and I can deal with Garza on another time and everything. But, he is... He does feel bad, though, but Cruz said, why you feel bad for him, man? You're getting a title shot right now. Come on. I feel bad for you because, your title, this is your first title reign, and it's going to be a very short one, which actually got a pretty good match from both Kevin Owens and Apollo Crews. Actually, a lot of good matches on this show tonight, to be honest, and I like this one. It did one point when Kevin Owens had kicked Apollo Crews, which everybody thought got kicked in the nuts, but he ended up playing it off then, which they kind of brawled right after going to commercial. This match was pretty good, but it ended up in pretty much in a DQ, since Garza and Almas came out and attacked them right after. Of course, it ends up in a tag team match. But, of course, they tried to focus on, Owens' leg and everything. But it ended up with Crews getting his, sit-out power bomb then on Almas. Almas, once again, takes another L in this situation. So he takes another loss out of all these things. And Crews gets the win, which at least they've been making Crews look strong. So at least his push is working for him. Hopefully he just keeps up in his push working for him. But, Cruz, at least he has been looking strong since becoming U.S. champion right now. Next, they interviewed Asuka, pretty much talking about her opponent Charlotte tonight, pretty much saying that the Empress bows to no one. Asuka, she said something about herself, and that Charlotte is just the same thing every week or something, she said like that. Next, we get to bowling with the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. I called this bowling thing like a week or two ago. I really did, because I said, you know what? They gonna do bowling. I don't know when, but they gonna do bowling. I kept saying that last week. Watch them bowl next week. And what did we get? We get them bowling this week, huh? So tonight we got bowling with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. I have no idea how many of these challenges they're gonna keep doing. I don't even know if this is even for the tag team titles at this point in time. We didn't went from basketball to axe throwing to what were we axe throwing? We done mini golf, and now we are at the point we are bowling this week, folks. So we are bowling with the Street Profits and whatnot. They even got goat's milk from, but I know the Street Profits ended up spitting out the goat's milk or whatnot. Hopefully all that was said, but yeah, they got bowling this week here. And I don't know, the Viking guys pretty much were in the lead at first, and then there was like a giant I don't know, because they dropped one of the bowling balls on Dawkins' foot and everything, which hurt himself, and then there was a turkey leg being pulled out of the ball machine, the return of it, and then they end up, I don't know, like, was it Hanson had a picture of a bowling ball on his, his belly and everything, and then Hanson, he saw the food sign and ran to it to get get some food, but, Hanson came back after him, and then the same woman that's been the cop from week one talked about saying that Hanson, he's cute, but the other one, Roe, not so cute. I think I'm getting these guys' names confused sometime, but yeah, Hanson and Rowe right here, or Erica Ivar, whatever you want to call them, but they end up being in the lead, but the Street Profits pretty much says they want the smoke, so next thing you know, they get the mood lighting in, all the laser lights, which you see at a bowling alley, and then they start getting strike after strike after strike. They were at a tie, but Hanson and Rowe ended up, they threw Hanson into the bowling pins with the ball and won. I have no idea where this is going anymore, okay? Did I actually get a laugh out of this? Yeah, I actually kind of laughed at it because it was pretty dumb, but I still thought it was funny at the same time, too, of how they just kind of did this whole insanity of a contest on that, alright? So, this is just gone literally batshit insane. You know what I mean? It's just insanity. It really is. It is insanity with this bowling right now. I don't know what they'll do next week. Is this a ball or ping pong or air hockey? Let's put air hockey in it. That's what they'll do next. They'll play air hockey next week. I bet you they will. I've already really those were some botches. I don't know what half her moves were, but they did not look good and just looked bad out there. I'm surprised Nikki Cross even lost this match. I know she had her finisher and everything, Billy Kay, but I don't know, man. This match was not good. It really wasn't. And then again, honestly, I was paying attention to my phone through half this match because I didn't care. It's the Iconic, so I don't already care, and I wasn't really even watching until it finished, but I saw the botches on here. So, yeah, not much of a match that I could really say from that was even good. Drew McIntyre talked about his match with MVP tonight, talking about you line him up, he'll kick him off and everything, any challenger that comes to him. Next, they spoke with Rey Mysterio, who was sitting at his home, I believe, in the gym, talking about how his eye is recovering. He doesn't know when he'll be back, but it depends how fast he can cover, that there's an infection and everything in his eye, and it's going to take some time, but they asked him if he was going to retire. Mysterio didn't know if if it was even up to him right now to retire on that. But he could be cleared to compete in a few weeks or never again, or even in WWE itself, he said. And it's been a question about what he's been thinking about some time now, and talked about he wants to address this whole retirement ceremony that Seth Rollins did for him, and talked about how he wasn't chosen by some high power to be some sacrifice, okay, whatever Rollins was talking about. But then next thing you know, his son Dominic came in and pretty much spoke then, sitting next to Ray, talking about that Rollins is not a messiah, that he's barely even a human being and everything, that someone from his family had to do something, and I guess he's going to be the one to do it. Ray tried to calm him down, but Dominic said that this had to be said and everything. Ray said he doesn't even have an official statement if it'll be a retirement ceremony and that, but he talked about Seth Rollins, that he damned Seth Rollins, damn you. Basically, that you had to put his family through watching his wife, his son, and his daughter, and that, Ray says he's a man of forgiveness, but he will never forgive Seth Rollins for what he did and what he did to his family. Damn you, damn, Seth Rollins. Basically, if you want to go that far, there's a lot of damns in that entire sentence, but, as Ray wanted to pretty much left out of the seat, Dominic still sat there, and told Seth, he says, you're a man of scripture, right? An eye for an eye. So obviously Dominic is involved in this one way or another. I'm not saying he's going to betray his dad or anything, but Dominic is involved in this story now one way or another. But maybe we'll see him next week. I'm not sure how that'll go, okay? But next, though, we got Nia Jax. Woof, which is already a lot of people already sick of as it is already, and this promo is not good. Talking about Kyrie and Asuka, how she's been attacked by them for several weeks now, and talk about how Becky had to leave being pregnant and doing hormones, that she felt guilty, that she gifted the title to Asuka. But, that she is the victim is Nia Jax. I think that makes a lot of fans feel better tonight, and they took that belt away from him, which was going to have to be sooner or later, and it goes back to Truth. So the 24/7 title most will be back on Monday Night Raw with Truth again. So yeah, Tom Brady, we will not be seeing him for honestly a very, 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 very long time, okay? But next, though, Nia Jax went against Kairi Sane, which I'm sure there was a lot of talk about this last week. And I saw what happened tonight. I even had to replay it a couple times. I know Kairi got a lot of offense, but I'm sure everybody's talking about the spot about Kairi hurting her head again, which I saw it, and a lot of people said she may have tripped, but it looked like Nia Jax just literally just threw her head into the steel steps, and people say she got injured. I know the show is taped, but she got injured last week. First off, why do they keep putting these two against each other if Kyrie keeps getting hurt most of the time? We've seen it with the buckle bomb thing, which I think they may have banned that now. Why do they keep putting her in the ring with this girl? I have cut a promo like Edge last week in the back talking about Ric Flair pretty much, said that Orton was going to win this match, that that Orton is one of the best to lace up a pair of boots, and Orton pretty much talked about Edge wanting to talk about him, saying he's become too complacent, and he's doing this for a paycheck and everything, and Orton pretty much laughed at Edge, and he says Edge is right. Listen, that Edge can't stand that Orton has had to phone it in and half-ass it for the past 20 years. But here's the thing, though. He's accomplished more than Edge has done in his entire career, anyone in the locker room right now. So there's some truth to that, and people have said that before about Orton just kind of half-assing it, or if he's not motivated in that. But he talked about Edge and everything, wanting to pretend to be the heroes of his childhood and all that. But Orton didn't have to do that. He just had to be Randy Orton and everything, okay? So he knows he's better than Edge, and he's going to beat him at Backlash. That he has set the bait, and that Edge has bitten the bait now. And that the storybook career that, Edge wanted to end on, it's only going to be rewritten with, of course, the 3 most devastating words, RKO. So a great promo by Randy Orton. Next thing you know, we went to Charlotte Flair, who will be defending the title this Sunday at NXT TakeOver in your house. She was out there to face Asuka, which she cut a promo talking about how a lot of these wrestling school students can be the next Rhea Ripley or Io Shirai, that they can all rise up and come to the throne just to bow down to Charlotte, and that Asuka has a history of bowing down from winning the Royal Rumble to all her title wins to being having a longest unbeaten streak that Charlotte ended, and that once again that the Empress is going to bow down to the Queen, Asuka's music kid. We actually got a good match from both of these two, not bad, but then again they have never really had a bad match before in general. Charlotte and Asuka work well together. Like I said, great matches from both of these two all the time. But next thing you know, Asuka's music hits again. And I know it's going to be Nia Jax pretty much had an Asuka mask on with the green face paint. Asuka would look pissed off. I don't even know if this is about the tag belts anymore, okay? I honestly don't know anymore. The Rey promo was good between him and Dominic. That wasn't bad. Also, what else is on this show? What the bad? It actually hasn't looked that bad. SmackDown's kind of getting back in the groove of things now.